You wake up in the middle of the night, your room completely silent, the kind of silence that feels too heavy, too present, and for a moment you just lay there staring at the ceiling, trying to understand what woke you up. Your throat feels dry and you realize you need water, maybe the bathroom, something simple, something normal. You sit up slowly, your eyes adjusting to the darkness, the faint outline of your room barely visible. Everything seems exactly where it should be. Nothing feels wrong. You stand up and begin walking toward the door, your steps quiet, almost automatic. You open it slowly, careful not to make noise, and step into the hallway. The air feels colder outside your room, and the darkness is deeper, thicker, stretching all the way to the end of the corridor. You take a few steps forward, your eyes trying to adjust, trying to make sense of the shadows, and then you see it. At the end of the hallway, something is standing there, not moving, not breathing, just standing. At first, your mind tries to understand it, to turn it into something normal, maybe a shadow, maybe a piece of furniture, maybe nothing at all. But the longer you look, the clearer it becomes. The shape is wrong, too defined, too precise, a tall figure, dressed in black. Its face pale, almost glowing against the darkness, and its eyes, two points of gold, faintly glowing, locked directly onto you. You freeze, because in that moment you understand something that your body reacts to before your mind does. That is not a shadow. That is not your imagination. That is something watching you. Hi, welcome to Radio Horror FM. My name is William, and I'll be the guide to your nighttime fears tonight. Tonight's story is about something that does not chase, something that does not scream, something that does not need to move to terrify you. It stands, it watches, and when it looks at you, it feels like it already knows everything. This is the story of Valak. It is not just a ghost, not just a spirit, but something far older, something that exists to deceive, to manipulate, and to break those who encounter it. Unlike other entities, it does not rely on sudden movements or loud sounds. Its presence is quiet, controlled, patient. It chooses a form that should represent faith, protection, something sacred, and turns it into something deeply disturbing. A nun, a figure meant to bring comfort, but here it becomes something else entirely. The most terrifying thing about it is not what it does, but what it doesn't do. It does not rush toward you. It does not attack immediately. It simply stands there, staring, its golden eyes fixed on you, unblinking, unmoving. And the longer it looks at you, the more it feels like it is not just seeing you, but understanding you. Many encounters begin the same way. A quiet place, a moment of isolation. A hallway, a room, a doorway where the light does not fully reach. You see it at a distance, standing in the dark, and for a moment you question it. Your mind tries to explain it away, but something inside you knows, something deeper, something instinctive. You should not be seeing that. There are reports of people seeing it in long corridors, places where the distance feels unnatural, where it seems far away and yet impossibly close at the same time. You take a step forward and it does not move, but somehow it feels closer. The space between you changes, bends, as if reality itself is no longer stable. It appears in places of faith, old abbeys, abandoned churches, locations where belief is strong, because belief is what gives it power. It feeds on doubt, on fear, on the moment when faith begins to weaken. The stronger your belief, the more it pushes against it. The more you question, the stronger it becomes. In some encounters, it is seen in complete silence, standing in doorways, at the end of staircases, in rooms where no one else should be. The environment around it feels wrong. The air becomes heavier, harder to breathe. Sounds seem distant, as if you are no longer fully present in your own surroundings. There are moments where it does not move at all, and that is when it becomes the most unbearable, because your mind begins to fill the silence. Your thoughts begin to race. You start imagining what it might do, what it might be capable of, and that fear grows slowly, naturally, until it becomes overwhelming. And then sometimes it moves. Not suddenly, not aggressively, just enough for you to notice. A slight shift, a step forward, a change in posture. And that is when the fear becomes real. Because if it can move, then it can get closer. If it can get closer, then it can reach you. There are stories of people trying to look away, trying to break eye contact, but finding themselves unable to. Its presence holds them there, forcing them to watch, forcing them to acknowledge it. And the longer that connection lasts, the stronger its influence becomes. Some describe seeing it in reflections, not directly in front of them, but behind them, standing silently, watching. You look into a mirror, and for a brief second you see it there, its golden eyes glowing faintly in the darkness. You turn around, but there is nothing there. But when you look back at the mirror, it is closer. Others report hearing nothing at all. No footsteps, no breathing, no voice, just silence. And that silence is what makes it worse, because without sound, there is no warning. Without movement, there is no signal. It is simply there. In older accounts, particularly in isolated abbeys, people spoke of a presence that appeared to them during moments of prayer, during moments of doubt, standing at a distance, watching. Some believed it was a test, others believed it was something far more dangerous, because the more they tried to resist it, the more it seemed to remain. And once you see it, truly see it, the experience does not end. People report feeling watched even after it disappears. Shadows seem darker, hallways feel longer. The sense of being alone fades, replaced by the constant feeling that something is still there, just out of sight. It does not need to chase you. It does not need to hunt you, because fear, once planted, grows on its own. So the next time you wake up in the middle of the night and you step into a dark hallway, pay attention to the end of the corridor, to the shadows that do not move, to the feeling that something is already there, waiting. Because if you see a figure standing in the dark, unmoving, staring at you with eyes that glow faintly in the night, do not assume it will come closer. It doesn't need to.
Mr. Pop.